Um, we have a slight problem with my wagon here. I don't know if the corn was just a little too heavy or what the deal was. I was going a little fast. I almost flipped it, but I caught it, and then when it came back upright again, it just kind of did that. So now I don't know what to do. Anyway, it's good to be back. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it's been a long time since I did any recording, and I've been playing, but I haven't been recording, and I've been very, very busy. So, I guess we need a little update here. I'll deal with the wagon later. Let's see, where do we begin? Maybe we should do a flyover here. Okay, up we go. Anyway, most of the farm is pretty much the same. Got my cornfield, soybean field, them three main fields, my grass field here. The only thing I did different is I did shorten the grass field a little bit, because I got way more than enough to make silage for the cows, so I made that field a little bigger. Let's see, that's pretty much the same. I'm still living in my tiny house. It won't be long though. I am going to build the new house because if you look at my money, $91,000, and if we look at money situation, I am totally out of debt. I did get fully out of debt. Let's see how many years have passed here. 9 game years have passed, so that's not too far off. Usually when you had a loan out at the bank, it'd take 10, 15, 20 years to pay things off, so things are kind of paid off. Cows are doing well, healthy, no problems there. Let's see, what else can we do an update on? Oh, let's see. Let me get back down on the ground here. Let's see, well, we'll do a quick little overview. I did delete the storage silo, and I got a proper storage bin for the soybeans here. And I did get my corn drying system. I just started out working on that. And let's see, what else did I get? Let's get back down to the ground here. Get out of flight mode here. My broken wagon. Let's see. What else is new here? Oh yes, this is new. I traded in, sorry Chet, I traded in the WD-45 Alice, and I got a nice old Farmel 1206 here. This works mostly for the silage blower and the augers and small stuff. It's a nice little mod. I thought it fit my little farm pretty good. And then I also traded in, where are you? Oh, yes, I also upgraded the harvester. Remember I had that old clunker. I upgraded to a little better clunker here with a wider head. Nothing too fancy, just something, you know, that does it. It's a little wider. The other one, I think they only did 4 rows of corn. This one does 8. So just something to make life a little easier. And then I did finally found a decent mod for a 1406. Well, I upgraded to the 1506 because that gives me just enough horsepower to run my is it a Gale or is it a New Holland? I can't remember what it was. Well, it's sitting right over here. Yeah, it's a New Holland. This chopper requires get this back down to requires 180 horsepower to run it, and the 1586 is 179, so it just runs it. It runs it pretty good as long as you don't hit no big hills or nothing. And the what was I using? I can't even remember what I was using. God, it's been so long. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get you all up to date here. What was that? I had What did I have? And where is it? Where are you? Oh, the case I had. Was it this one? I think it was. Yes, it was the 71 series. Yeah. Not a bad little tractor, but I traded it in for two reasons. Number one, it's a little bit newer than what I wanted for my gameplay. I wanted to stay in that 80s, early 90s, and well, I think this came out in the mid 90s. But most farmers in that era had older equipment because obviously you can't afford something like this. It didn't feel right. It wasn't quite right. And number two was the repair expenses were ridiculous with this. Whoever made this mod needs to cut down the repair, because I mean I get down to like it costs like $4,000 or $5,000 to repair the darn thing, and it was just getting ridiculous. Nice tractor, good powerful tractor, but repairs were just ridiculous. So anywho, I did find a mod. Either they updated it or the game updated. Either way, the 86 series finally started working for me, and this has been a very good tractor, so it fits. It's what I was looking for. The only thing I wished it had was the analog gauge instead of the digital gauge, but it's pretty damn close to what I drove. So it just feels right. It's pretty good. So there's that. Let's see, what else? I don't think I've bought or done anything else. I'm just kind of doing a quick run around here. Yeah, I still got the old equipment here. Eventually I want to put up another little shed, a smaller shed, and then park all this equipment in there like a kind of like a museum type thing. Just I don't plan on ever using it much, but just have it as a sightseeing thing. Let's see. Well, that's the header for my new harvester. Otherwise, I think everything else is pretty much the same. Plow. I'm using the same planter, the same disc. I can definitely tell I'm getting some mileage on some of this stuff. The paint's wearing off pretty good. So all in all, I think everything's going pretty good. Same hay bind. Yeah, I got a pile of lime here. The last time I limed my fields, I bought a bunch of lime in bulk, and I bought way too much, so I just kind of dumped it there just so I could had a place to put it. And yeah, I got the new corn dryer, new corn dryer over here. I did look at the that other corn drying mod with the propane tanks and everything, but it was just a little bit too big, I thought, for my farm, and it didn't look like the one my neighbor had. This one looks almost exactly like the one my neighbor had. His bins were a little bit bigger, but this is definitely the dryer they had. So I mean, it's a little more crude setup, you know, with the augers and stuff. It just looks more like it fit the farm that I was trying to put together here. Yeah, I did buy a little more land. I guess I can show that. Yeah, I got way behind, so I'm trying to get you all caught back up. I did finally buy all the land between here and the store, so I own all this now. I also made a bunch of money by cutting the trees that were all along here. So all these trees are gone, these trees are gone. So basically, I did a whole bunch of logging. That I made a bunch of money that way too. Kind of cheated maybe a little bit, paying that bank loan off with all that lumber I cut, but you know, I wanted to get something done. So anyway, I own all this land, and eventually, I'm thinking I might put a small dairy over here and start making some cheese or something. But overall, I think this is coming to kind of an end. I mean, this is a fun map to play, and I always like No Man's Land. But I've been trying to play with that new Wisconsin Westby map. But boy, is that a tough map to start out on. Yeah, it's you know, without cheating anyway. You really have no good way to start. I mean, as soon as you buy as soon as you buy a little bit of land on that map, you're already spending like $400,000 or $500,000, and of course the loan limit is $500,000. So it's a very tough map to start out on. Plus, it's not as I think that's the reason I like No Man's map so much, is there's like nothing on it. You build it, you place the buildings where you want to put it. It's just a nicer feel. Whereas the Westby map, as nice as it looks, I mean, it definitely looks like Wisconsin. It's a beautiful map. It's hard to. It's like you can't delete some things, and it's hard to put things where you want it. I've been playing with it, so. But anyway, anywho, I'm babbling on and on here. Let's see, what am I gonna do about this wagon? I did manage to get the corn out of it at least. But yeah, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do here. As soon as I try to drive with it, it's like the axle broke. So, not sure how to fix that. And I got more corn to harvest. Yeah, that's weird. It's like, yeah, that's definitely an issue. So, I wonder, oh, maybe I can reset it. Let's see if I remember how to do that. Let's see, I think we click. Come on, get me in here. There we go. Let's see if that fixes the problem. Oh, now I gotta drive all the way back to the store and get it. Hopefully that fixes it. Otherwise, I guess I'll just have to delete it and buy a new wagon. Oh, I also re-graveled the road, as long as I own the land now. So yeah, I've been quite busy. It's hard to record and play at the same time, you know, because you forget to talk, or you make silly mistakes, or you forget what you're doing. But I thought, well, I'm on episode 19. I at least got to round it off to an even number, maybe an episode 20. So I'm thinking this might be possibly the last episode of this series, because I pretty much hit my goal. I'm financially stable, and as soon as I sell some more crops and stuff here, I definitely have enough money for that nice fancy cabin house I'll have. So, oh, it looks like it fixed the wagon. Yeah, that was weird why that glitched out like that. But yeah, overall it's... Oh, I did add another sell point. This sell point is for the dry corn, because they don't have a sell point. So I got 2 sell points here now. That's kind of nice. So, let's see, did I miss anything? I don't think I did. Don't get too rough. We don't want to bust another axle here. Yeah, overall, I think I hit pretty much the goal that I wanted. Slow down. Yeah, that's what caused that other wagon to break before. I was going a little too fast with it, and then it like flipped, and so I gotta slow down. Let's see, let's set the cruise at 40. That should keep it from flopping around. So, yeah. So I think we're getting pretty much to the end of this series. It's a nice small little farm, nothing too big. Kept it simple, got all the equipment in the era that I wanted, nothing new. It's a nice looking little farm. I definitely got to clean things up a little bit, you know. But I'm in the middle of harvesting crops right now, so I just got things kind of just sitting all over the place. I just started filling the corn dryer. You know what? I should get that going right now. Let's see. Corn dryer. Activate. Okay, that should start drying the corn. Very good. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. That's the same. That's the same. I don't make as much silage as I used to. I was making, because I made that grass field smaller. So that's all good. Let's head back to my cornfield here. Try to be a little more careful with my wagon so I don't bust another axle. Yeah, this thing is definitely likes to get all over the place. But that's good. It keeps it kind of real that way. You know, these gravity boxes were that way. I mean, you couldn't go much faster than 25 miles an hour, and that was with a good gravity box. They do that. I used to call it the suicide wobble, because if it started wobbling like that going down the road, yeah, it was pretty scary if you didn't get it under control. Quite a few farmers died from that. But yeah, things have been going very well. So I guess I'll finish my field of corn here. I got 2 fields of soybeans to work on, and hopefully, because I make quite a bit more money with dried corn, by the time I sell the corn, the soybeans, maybe, just maybe, I'll have enough money to buy. Let's see, where is that? That's my end goal. This will be the last thing I think I buy for farmhouses. There was a nice, beautiful farmhouse for $150,000. Let's see. Can it? Yeah, you can kind of get a look at it. I don't want to plop it down, but I'm thinking, just to give you a general idea. Let's see, yes, I want that kind of facing the water. I'm thinking putting a nice, beautiful, it's a really nice, like, slash cabin house, log house type thing. It's really pretty inside. Plop that down right there, and I think that will complete our map. I mean, it's pretty much set up. So, alrighty, let's get back to work here. Whoops, wrong button. Let's try that button. There we go. Alrighty, back to work. Corn is done. Nothing like a nice, clean, empty field. See, I think the rest of this will fit into the gravity box. Oh yeah. Let's go put this last bit of corn into the dryer. The game just did another update here a little while ago too. I don't know what it is. It's like every time they do an update, it's like the game has got to be a little glitchy for a little while until it reconfigures itself or something. I don't know. It just seems like every time they do an update, the game gets a little funky and weird. Maybe that's why my gravity box went haywire. Maybe there was something in the update the gravity box didn't like. Either way, I'm taking it a little more easy on the gravity box, so it don't flip and flop and break again. So far, I love this corn drying setup. The auger, and it's very real looking compared to other stuff, you know, that they got in the game. You know, instead of just a thing in the floor where you, or thing in the ground where you dump it in, you actually got to pull up to an auger, and it's a little finicky. You got to get pretty close for it to work. You actually have to get out, get on the tractor, start the tractor for it to all work. But it works great once you get it set up. In goes the corn. Isn't that a beautiful sight? I love how this setup works. Dump it in, augers up into the first bin, and then the Then this augers it into the dryer, it dries it, and then it augers it into this bin. It's a nice setup. I like it. He's empty. Shut the tractor off. Let's see. Got the corn done here. Let's park the truck here for now. Now I gotta move the auger over to the next bin. Disconnect. It can be a little finicky setting it up, but once it's set up, it's not too bad. Lower that down. I learned that mistake too. You don't want to make too sharp a turn, especially when that's up. It'll tip right over. Let's see, this might be a little too sharp of a turn here. Let's back this up. I love the sound of that turbo diesel on that 1260. Ain't that got a nice sound? Let's see, I'm thinking maybe off to the side here. First thing I learned, I had a heck of a time. I was struggling a lot until I finally figured out how these work. You actually have to go up to the door here. See how it says open gate? You have to open the gate. And then you'll see what it actually opens. It actually opens that little hole on top. Talk about keeping things super real. But I like that. I like a little more realism to that. I'm not gonna make you guys force you guys to watch me struggle getting this lined up, because it's pretty finicky. But well, maybe I can do it. Let's see how good I am here. Okay, I want to go up a little bit. Come on. Yeah, you just got to take your time and go real slow. Try to get it lined up with that hole best you can. And that's how it really was. It was a pretty good struggle, actually. I usually had to have a spotter to help me line it up. Why is this not turning? Come on. Get it straightened out here. That 1260 doesn't like to turn very good sometimes. Still a little off. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Oh, see, now we're too far ahead. Yeah, you almost got to kind of look off to the side and kind of... And then when you drop the hitch, it falls down a little further too. Let's see, that's a little high. Let's get that down lower into the hole here. Let's see. Yeah, see how it comes forward just a little bit? So you want to back up a little extra. I think we got it pretty much lined up. Then you gotta pull the tractor off to the side and connect the PTO up, and it should be good to go for the soybeans. Sometimes when you hook the PTO up, it'll move a little bit too, so you gotta watch that. There, see how it moved a little bit? That's kind of annoying. So let's see, if I drive ahead a little, it might be okay. I don't know. It did move ahead a little. See, so it's a little bit of a struggle here. I'm gonna pull that ahead just a little further. It can be a little finicky. But it's still fun. I like it. I quite enjoy the challenge. Let's see. Let's get it a little further ahead this time. Okay. We'll get this. We'll get this. Don't move. There we go. I think we're all right. It'll let you know if you don't see grain coming out the spout into there, then you know you ain't got it right. Okay, we need to switch heads on this bad boy. And here we go on the soybeans. Oh, come on, game. Don't start that crap again. Jeez, I hate it when it does that. There we go. Now we're smooth again. It's funny, I just bought a brand new, what is it, a 3060 or 3040 video card, and it's got to be the game itself. Like I say, every time they do an update, it just seems like it gets weird. I've been kind of sticking with the soybeans and corn because that's like the most popular thing up here in northern Wisconsin. I thought about trying other crops, but just, again, it didn't seem fitting. We really don't plant wheat up here or do cotton or... the only thing I thought about doing, but it's quite an investment to get into that, is potatoes. Up here in northern Wisconsin, especially up in Barron County, they do a lot of potatoes. Kitchen clean potatoes is up there. I thought about maybe trying to get into that maybe a little later, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it's pretty much just corn and soybeans up here. Some oats. One thing I wish they would add to this game, I should see if they make a mod for that, cranberries. Cranberries is really big up here too. But otherwise, I've been just pretty much sticking with the soybeans and corn. Soybeans is nice because it's you really get a good price for that. So I've been making a lot of money off the soybeans, and I should be making a little bit better money off the corn now that I got the dryer going. So it's all good. I got a lot of soybeans. This is going to take a while. Okay, moment of truth. Now we see if we got that sucker lined up right or not. Ah, look at that. Perfect. Yeah, that's about as real as it gets there. I like that. I mean, yeah, having a grate on the ground and just drive up to it and dump it in, yeah, that's easier. But this is actually how it was really done, at least in Wisconsin. At least for the soybeans and oats. You dumped it in a bin like this with an auger. That sure is a pretty tractor. Yeah, and just like that, we missed about 6 months here. Yeah, sorry, I got pulled away and got distracted, and then I start playing again and I forget to record. You know, life happens. I mean, yeah, in a perfect world I could just sit here 24/7 and play this, but you know, I'll be playing and then all of a sudden, hey, I need you, so I gotta pause the game and go do something. You know, life happens. You can't just sit and play video games all day, but I play when I can. Anywho, yeah, I got the rest of the crops harvested and put away, and oh, I did. Let's see, I should show you this. Um, I did this off camera also. As you know, I bought. Originally, I had these 3 plots of land, but then I also bought these 3 where the road runs in. And I was thinking, what a waste, you know, why am I should have a field or something out there. So what I did was, this road here kind of went at an angle around this big hill here. Well, I straightened the road out so the road goes here and then around the hill, somewhere in here. Oh, no, I'm sorry, up here. So the road actually, it doesn't show it on the map, but the main road runs along here now and then around this mountain. I thought about knocking this hill down a little bit, but it looks alright with the road going around. And then I decided to make this one nice super big field. And I'm thinking this is where my soybean field is going to be, because it pays pretty dang good money for soybeans. I mean, you have to have a pretty decent field, but when prices are peaked, it's usually hitting over $1,000 right now. It's kind of low, but let me get this on pause quick. When they hit their peak, I mean, you're talking almost $1,200, and if you can get a few thousand liters, you know, it adds up pretty quick. So yeah, that's what I did there. So now I got 4 big fields. I don't think I'm gonna get much bigger than this, because with my equipment limitations, I'm already, you know, with all this, it takes a while to plow, disc, plant, harvest, you know, with the smaller equipment I have. So what did I say? Each chunk is about 20, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So roughly guessing, I got about 120 acres here. That's a pretty good, decent sized farm back in the 80s. You know, if you had anywhere from 100, 200 acres, you usually didn't get much bigger than that. I mean, that was a pretty good size farm back in them days. So I'm going to say that's probably about as big as I want to get. Financially, I am doing awesome. Completely out of debt. I've been just slowly saving my money. I got more than enough to buy my house. But there's another purchase I'd like to make. I don't know if I'm going to make that a little bit early or not. Let's see, I can't do that. Let's just stop this for a minute here. There is one more big purchase I would love to make the farm complete. Where are they? There it is. That was the biggest tractor. My neighbor, I never had a tractor this big, but my neighbor had a tractor this big. I can't remember if it was the 60 or the 70. It seemed like it had the older style front end, the pointier nose. I think it was the 60, because it didn't have this flat looking front end. It seemed like it looked more like this. So I'm thinking it was the 60 series. But by the time I get GPS, I want plenty of horsepower. Really? That's only 200 horsepower? Come on. It's got to be more than that. Christ, I remember that thing would pull anything and anything. That's got to be more than 200 horsepower. The 2 plus 2? Does that seem... Leave that in the comments. Wasn't the 2 plus 2 more horsepower than that? I was hoping it'd be at least 250 to 300 horsepower. Is that the biggest we can go? I think it is. Yeah, that ain't no more powerful. Well, it's a little teensy weensy little bit more powerful than my 1586. I think that's 180. But still, well, what if we go one more model up? What if we go with the 70? Can I at least get... There we go. Now we're getting a few more ponies. It definitely wasn't that new of a style though, but there we go. Now we're starting to get a few more ponies. I might have to just go with a little bit newer model just so I can get, I want to get something up there a little bit in the horsepower so I can start pulling some bigger implements, because it's taken longer and longer to do them fields. I like to get something with a little more ponies, but this is about as big as I'd like to get. I just don't like the looks of that one though. I like the looks of the older model. This looks more like the one that he had. I wish I was a little better at editing files. I would cheat a little bit and just up the ponies a couple more. You know, get it around that 230, 240, you know, that just makes more sense to me. Of course, I don't know. Maybe 200 will handle most of the stuff. So, but anyway, that's my goal. I want to get that. Let's see. 150, 100. So I need about 300,000 altogether to get this and my dream house. And then I should be all set. So, how many horsepower is the 30 series? Not much at all. If anything, it's I can't believe that this is almost the same horsepower as the 86 series. I thought they had a lot more horsepower than that. But no, maybe they didn't. Yeah, I don't think they had the 30 series. I'm pretty sure it was the 60 series because it had the black looking front end, but it wasn't the newer model. It definitely didn't have this flat look. Yeah, that was too new. It was definitely the 60 series. So yeah, it's kind of a toss-up. Do I stay with what they actually had or go a little newer? When did the 70 series come out? Was that in the late 90s? As long as we're not getting too new. I gotta look that up on the internet. You forget this stuff over the years. I know I don't want to get too new. That's my rule. Nothing newer than 2000. As that's about the time I quit farming. So, all right, let me look that up quick. Okay, we're set. Yeah, I can definitely go with that bigger model. I didn't realize they were that old. Wow. The original, yeah. Yeah, they got the horsepower about right. Man, it just seemed like, I don't know, maybe it was because it was four-wheel drive, but it just seems like that old tractor, you could pull anything and anything with it. When did the 60 series come out then? I know they were quite the beast. The only thing I could never get used to on them, I didn't drive it very often because I didn't like it. To me it just felt funny steering it because it steered in the middle. The whole cab would move with you. You know, I can never get used to that because I was so used to driving the traditional tractor. So I didn't drive it too often. Usually the neighbor, you know, he'd drive that one, and I'd end up taking the older. He had like the 1486. I was in that tractor a lot for like plowing and disking and stuff. I always ended up in the 1486, and then he'd take the bigger one and use that one. Yeah, that's quite interesting. So you know what? I think I am. I think I'm just gonna go all out and get the. Let's see, with GPS, the biggest engine we can get, 235.4. So 200. Oof. Boy, the money's adding up again. But yeah, I think I'll go with that. So let me continue working here. I do have. Let's see. I do have a pretty good load of soybeans I can take in here. Once that hits its peak price, I think in June, and that'll be a couple months. There's another 100,000. So 100,000. I have 337,000. That might be pretty. Oh, plus I got a couple more milk checks coming here. I might be able to get my dream house and my 2+2 here in a couple months. So I got a ton of planting to do. I got everything's fertilized. I just gotta get it all disked, planted, weeded, get all the crops ready. So let me do all that off camera, and maybe by June, maybe I can finish this game here. So let me get this going, let me get this finished here. It's gonna be a little while yet, so come on, get me in high range here. There we go. But so far this 1586 has been really working good. I love this. This has been working very well for me. Yeah, this just fits. I can feel myself in this right now. The only difference between this one and the one in real life I had, this has got high and low range. The one I drove had torque assist. On the left side, you didn't have to push the clutch or nothing. You could pull the torque assist back or push it forward without touching the clutch. Whereas this one's got high and low range. But it's pretty damn close. Oh, and I didn't have the digital gauge. Might have the analog round gauge on the left there instead of the digital. But otherwise, she's pretty. Oh, well, and it was a 1486, not a 15. I just got the 15, so I had enough horsepower to run my chopper here. But yeah, she's pretty darn close to what I drove a lot. Sure is pretty. So that's been working good with the duals. I should have threw some weights on the front. We usually always had a couple weights on the front, but it's been working pretty good without the weights. So yeah, it's all going good. It's all going good. Anyway, I'm babbling. Let me get these. I got a lot of fields to disc here, a lot of plant to do. Hopefully in June, I'll have just enough money to buy a 2+2 and my dream house, and I think I'm gonna call this series the end, because this can't keep going and going and going. Gotta end it sometime. Well, it's been a couple more months. Crops are all in and growing. I just took a nice big load of soybeans in with a nice paycheck. I think with all this hard work we've been doing, as much as I love this cute little house, lived in it a long time, I think it's time for a little upgrade. I got the perfect little house. Well, I shouldn't say little house anymore. It's a pretty good size house. But yeah, I think it's time to do some landscaping, and I think it's time for an upgrade. I think I might even get the garage with it too. Comes with a nice 2-car garage. But I gotta flatten this land out a little bit, and maybe get myself a decent looking lawn. This lawn looks terrible. So let me do some construction and fixing up and all that good stuff. Say goodbye to the little house. Nice garage. Got my trailer in here. I do believe we can call this home sweet home. Ooh, them are a little loud. There, got a nice place to park the truck. Ooh, might have a little bit more landscape in here to do. This looks a little rough, but yes, very nice. I like how this is turning out so far. Nice little cabin house. Nice big porch facing my nice little pond. We got a nice little lawn now, all nice and green by the forest here. Let's check out the inside of this nice new house. It's been a long time. Oh, fancy. Nice big kitchen. Wood stove. Fireplace. Pretty fancy. Ooh, we even got a nice big screen TV above the fireplace with the latest weather forecast. Let's go upstairs. Where are we sleeping? Oh, a nice big bed. Yes, yes, yes. Very nice. Got the office here. Computer, so I keep track of all the latest. What do we got in here? The bathroom? Yep, we have a nice big... Oh, a nice big tub. Yes, yes. This will do. This will do very nicely. I like this house. It's a pretty nice house. Let's see how it... Get a nice aerial view of it here. Oh, let's see. I forgot how to do this. Yeah, I did an update on all my stuff now. I can't remember how to do the flight mode here. How do we fly? I want to fly. Teleport. Third person view. How do we fly? I just want to fly. Well, I'll figure that out later. I guess we can do this. That'll give us an aerial view. There. Yeah, that fits pretty nice there, I think. It might be a little bit too nice for my little farm. But hey, I think I earned it. It just looked like a good place to put a house. Especially right here facing the pond. It will do, it will do. Now I just gotta wait to save up a little bit more money for... Where are you at here? I don't think I'm gonna need much more. And that's gonna be the final... I think that's gonna be the final buy. When I... Where is it? I have them. Where are they at? There they are. I think I'm just going to get this bad boy. Let's see, by the time I get GPS, the biggest motor. Oh, we only need $200,000. Okay. So that's not too far away. By next 1 more year, I think we can pull it off. Or if I really wanted to, I could take out a small loan. And obviously pay it off. You know what? What the heck? I think we're just going to go for it. Let's get this done. You know, it's not that big of a loan. Let's borrow $75,000. I want that 2 plus 2, I really do. I would just make my little farm complete. Why is it when I'm looking for something I have such a hard time seeing it? Oh, there it is. Alright. Back in debt again, but that's alright. Let's see. Oh, yes, there it is. The 2 plus 2. Let's check out the inside here. Nice. Ooh. Listen to that power. Red power. Yep, it turns just like how I remember it. That is just confusing as heck. I never got used to that. Yep, that's the biggest tractor we're going to own. That's as big as I want to get. with this nice curve in the road, this will be a nice reveal. I think we're just going to do one final good drive around the farm. Got my soybeans growing here. And as we come into the farm here, she's looking pretty nice here. I got my corn dryer there. I extended the grass field a little bit. Just do a quick little drive around here. Built another little small shed over here. This is kind of like the collector shed. This is the toys that we don't normally use for the farm. This is just like a little museum, more or less, of the vintage stuff. I got the old stuff we found on Uncle Scott's old farm there, or not Uncle, the brother-in-law. The brother-in-law's old farm there. I found this old equipment, the old sickle, and so this is just kind of the collector shed, the old truck that I found in the woods, and so we built a nice little shed here to store all that stuff in. Let's see, I'll do a little quick walk around. There may be another bin going up here later on once I get my loan paid off and caught back up again. So yeah, we'll just do a quick little run around here. Machine shed that holds all the stuff, the planters, the discs, all that good stuff. Our three-wheeler. The New Holland combine, all that good stuff, and of course the new house by the pond. I got some stuff sitting outside because I got a second crop's just about ready to be cut down here. One more month. Yeah, I would say overall. Alright, I'm going to try one more time, figure out this flight mode thing. Hold on. Okay, you have to turn not only flight mode on, you have to turn on flight state. Oh my goodness, talk about getting confused. Okay, let's give us the final overview of this little farm. I think I'm going to end this series here. I mean, yes, we could go on, but I think this is about as big as I want to get with the equipment I have. I mean, if I start buying more land, making more fields, with my equipment limitations rule about not getting anything newer than 2000s, it's pretty hard to get really big equipment. And just the way this is set up right now, we're making good money. I mean, we're financially stable. You know, we got the new house. We just bought the new tractor. We got our 3 main crops that we always plant, which is the most common crop in Wisconsin. I say we got the oats there on that field growing. That takes care of the straw for the cows. Of course, we got the corn here. We chop the corn for making silage, and whatever's left over, we sell the dry corn. And of course, our big money maker, and that is a big money maker up here, is our soybean field and our other big soybean field. And we got our small grass field here for hay and silage, or I guess yeah, haylage. So yeah, it's we've come a long way when you consider what we started out with. If you go back to episode 1, let's see, I'm hitting the wrong key here. So yeah, right about somewhere in here. No, it was a little further up. It was somewhere in here was where the original cabin was. So yeah, I think it turned out to be a beautiful, perfect little farm here. Not too shabby. Well, whether I make any more farming simulator episodes, I don't know. I've been playing again. I've been playing with the Wisconsin Westby map, but I'm struggling with that one quite a bit. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end this series here. I think this is the end of Uncle Fred's little farm. Well, it ain't a little farm anymore. It's a pretty decent sized farm. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how all this turned out. I like the layout. It's simple. Yeah, I like it. So anywho, this is the end. I hope you enjoyed the series. I know I can be kind of a babbling idiot. Like I say, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I just do this for fun. So, and that's what this gaming thing is all about. It's for fun. So, all right, that's it. This is officially the end. Goodbye for now.